Hi, welcome to our first session of our Building Resilient Teams online workshop. We're really glad you've joined us. These sessions are designed to encourage you and support your professional development at the click of a button. You're not only able to access the 3 short videos, but you're also able to access a handout attached that will support your learning. In this session, I'll be looking at how we can adopt a heavenly perspective in times of crisis. In our second session, you'll have the opportunity to reflect on being aware of your own resilience and your call as a leader. In our third session, you'll have the opportunity to take personal responsibility in building you and your team's resilience. To get the most out of these sessions, we encourage you to pause and reflect on the questions that will be displayed on the screen after each main segment. Whenever you see reflective questions on your screen, please hit the pause button, refer to your handout and document your thoughts and ideas. This will assist you to evaluate your experiences, process your learning, and design an action plan for the future. Enjoy.
Welcome. I don't know about you, but it seems to me that there are times where peace sits deep within my soul. And then there are other times where peace seems to be a fleeting experience, with worry, busyness, and anxiety being greater. It's especially true where there are extraordinary things occurring in life. It seems easy to be distracted by events of ministry and life, and before I know it, I feel weighed down. I'd like us to consider Philippians chapter 4 to find some encouragement. This is a really familiar passage for many of us. It's a great passage with really rich information to help us. The challenge, though, with familiar verses is that we read them quickly and skip over verses without considering each word that is written. I invite you now to read Philippians chapter 4, particularly verses 4 to 9. Read the passage 2 or 3 times and read it slowly. So pause the recording now and read Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 to 9. Often when we read this passage, we focus on verse 6. Do not be anxious about anything. It's such a well-known verse, but it's worth unpacking it a little more. The word anxious in this passage in the original Greek is merimnaheo, which is roughly translated as go to pieces or distracted. Do not go to pieces. Do not be distracted. We find the same word in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verses 23 to 34, where Jesus is talking about do not worry. Do not worry about what you need for tomorrow. This sense of going to pieces or being distracted. There are so many things in life and ministry that distract us and load us up. We can feel like we're going to pieces or being pulled in so many directions. How are you feeling right now? What I'd like you to do is pause the recording and spend some time checking what emotional load you're carrying right now. The PDF can help you with this reflection. I don't know about you, but I've tried not to be anxious, and it actually is quite hard to do. It's like saying, think about the number 8, the top and the bottom being equal circles, the curve of the sides. Now stop thinking about the number 8. It's almost impossible to do. And it's the same, I think, about being anxious. There are really helpful pointers for us in the surrounding verses to help us not to be anxious. Firstly, verses 4 and verse 6, be thankful. We can be thankful about so many things, about who God is, his awesomeness, his faithfulness, reminding ourselves of his character. Reminding ourselves and being thankful about what God has done, remembering how he's been faithful in the past, and remembering what his promise is to come. So being thankful. Secondly, remembering that the Lord is near. So verse 3, the second part, the sentence before verse 4. God's presence is with us each and every minute, in every circumstance, in every situation. The Lord is near. So reminding ourselves of his presence with us. Thirdly, our focus, which is verse 8, placing our thoughts on God, lifting our eyes from our current circumstances onto God, placing our focus on him. So right now, I'd like you to pause the recording again and consider. Speak out what you're thankful for. Invite God to be present with you. Become aware of his presence being with you. And thirdly, spend some time in worship, praying and meditating on his faithfulness. And during this time, bring your current burden to the cross. Pause the recording now. Finally, when we think about building resilient teams, we need to start with God, lifting our eyes to see his glory, his faithfulness, his care and love that rests over us. As our eyes are lifted from this place, we can start looking beyond ourselves and looking into our team.